I saved money from 3 years of part-time jobs in college to renovate my mom's old house. Seeing her hair turn more and more white, her whole life, she's lived in this broken, shabby place. Sometimes she envies the neighbors, moving into their brand new villa. As the only college student in the family, I also dream my mom can live in a bright, beautiful big house. But my ability is limited for now, so with the money saved from part-time work, I just try to fix up her shabby home a bit. She's past 60 already. I just want her to live more comfortably. So recently, we paved the whole yard floor with solid concrete. On the first day, my cousin and I cleared out all the wood in the yard, stacking it where rain won't reach. Later it can still be used for cooking or firewood, or for keeping warm in the cold. Most of the wood was old, from cabinets and doors. My dad bought them more than 20 years ago. Now they're mostly rotten, or chewed up by mice. This time for Mom's house makeover, we tore it all down and replaced everything with new. Many people asked, why not start inside the house first, but instead fix the yard floor? Our front yard is over 200 square meters. Before, every rain turned it into sticky mud. Low spots filled up with water, making the ground slippery. Considering my mom's age, she can't walk as fast as when she was young. I was afraid she might slip going in and out. So after weighing the pros and cons, we decided to start with paving the yard floor. That way Mom can walk safer every day. Lucky my cousin came home early for New Year. Otherwise this big pile of wood would take me forever alone to move. With his help, the work went faster. We cleared it all in no time. Soon the whole yard was free of the wood pile. There was still scattered trash left around, and bricks left from when we built the wall. So day 2's task was clearing all of that. When my older brother heard we'd pour concrete soon, he rushed home overnight on leave to help. He worried that a newbie like me might mess things up. Haha, today after clearing the yard, tomorrow I'll call in an excavator to level the ground a bit. That way when pouring the concrete floor, the cement thickness everywhere will be about the same. This table was bought back when Dad was still here. It's been over 10 years. The wooden top already cracked apart. So today I threw it into the fire pit. Old things gone, new ones will come. Since Dad passed more than 10 years ago, my big brothers, still rebellious then, took on the role of family pillars. Every big and small matter at home, they handled it all themselves. They also supported me from grade school to college. Big brother protects. That phrase's meaning keeps growing heavier in my heart. The leftover bricks from building the yard wall, we decided to stack them up neatly now. Later we can reuse them for the yard gate. After all, even one brick costs about 20 cents. Add them all up, it's not a small amount. The broken half bricks, we won't keep. They're not very useful anyway. This old door was our main gate before. Now we've already replaced it with a new one. My brother said just throw it out. Remove the glass pieces first. The metal frame can be sold as scrap for some cash. After a whole busy morning, the yard cleanup was almost done. Thankfully my brother took leave to help. Otherwise it wouldn't be this fast. We kept it from Mom, and the house makeover moved another step forward. I'm really looking forward to how the yard will look after paving, and more excited for Mom's reaction when she comes back from my aunt's place after clearing out all the garbage in the yard. On day 3, we booked an excavator to level the ground. For the whole day, the excavator actually charged 200 yuan per hour of work. Brothers and sisters watching this, don't you think that's expensive? Later we'll check how much this yard project is going to cost in total. My brother said we won't keep the water well here. Considering Mom's age now, fetching water from the well every time is really too much trouble. So we installed a water pump on the well, piping water straight to the kitchen and toilet. That way Mom can use water more easily. The well wall above will be torn down, then paved over together with the yard floor. It should look much neater that way. For the corners the excavator couldn't reach near the well. For spots the excavator couldn't reach, we used hose by hand. Talking about this well, it's been here more than 10 years. My dad built it back when he was still alive. Now in winter, rain is rare, and families with tap water in the village often face water cuts. Luckily our well never runs dry, so we don't worry about no water at home. Hahaha. As a kid I envied others for having tap water. So easy and no tiring work. But growing up, I realized the well is actually the most precious part of childhood. Actually 2 years ago we already thought about renovating the house, but Mom always worried about wasting money. She preferred that once we earned enough, We'd buy a place in the county town and move out of the village. But in my brother's and my eyes, a city apartment is just a house. A countryside house is a real home. After all, we grew up here since childhood. No matter how shabby this house looks, coming back always feels safe and comfortable. While digging, the excavator kept spraying water. Some older folks in the village said, as long as the ground is watered enough, when pouring the cement floor later, it won't crack so easily. Anyone watching who knows construction, is that method right or not? Near the walls the excavator couldn't reach either. So that part we had to handle ourselves. Haha. We even smashed the bigger stones into pieces, so the floor would come out more level. Didn't realize time passed so fast. Before we knew it, it was already noon. My cousin was out in town, so I asked him to bring back to takeout meals. Stir-fried pork with greens and pork with pickled veggies. Digging the yard is really heavy labor. After working you get hungry fast. After a whole morning's work, the yard was more or less leveled. The excavator worked for hours, costing a total of 800 yuans. Tomorrow we booked some workers to start laying the concrete floor. I'm really excited to see how it looks tomorrow. Tomorrow the flooring officially begins, but my brother's still worried. Afraid the surface won't be even. If not level, water would collect everywhere. So overnight he pulled measuring lines to give the workers a clear guide. Next morning the workers arrived early, while my brother went to town to get breakfast. The weather was too cold, so they lit a fire to warm up first. My brother bought fried noodles and rice rolls. We hadn't even finished breakfast when the cement truck arrived. These big trucks of cement charged 300 yuan per cubic meter. We ordered 2 trucks in total, costing over 6,000 yuan. I wonder if that's too expensive. Any professionals watching this, please tell me, did we overspend or not? The 3 workers' main job was spreading out the cement after unloading it, so it spread evenly into every corner first. Then came leveling and smoothing work. Some finishing work was left for 2 more workers, while they unloaded cement. My brother also kept busy. The well stood too high above the ground. He worried cement wouldn't cover it, so he cut off the extra parts sticking out. Back when Dad was alive, he always took care of this kind of work. Now my brother has quietly carried that duty for more than 10 years. To stop cement from falling inside the well, we covered the top with a stone slab, so the water stays safe to use. The truck carried too much cement, and the workers couldn't pour all of it at once. Otherwise, the mix in the truck would dry up fast. If dumped too quickly, the workers couldn't spread it well. They had to add water while pushing, so the job was easier and smoother. And progress was much faster, otherwise Mom might come back from my aunt's. Before the floor even dried, we've been keeping this whole project a secret from her. I want to show her the house only after everything is finished. I really want to see her reaction when she steps inside and sees the makeover. She's lived her whole life in a broken house, rarely seeing such a big change in her decades-old home. One truck of cement covered about half of the yard. The second truck needed more water before we poured it out, then used it for the other half. But no time was wasted. The 2 workers for leveling arrived too. They started smoothing the freshly poured cement. Good thing our house still uses well water. If it was tap water, since it hasn't rained for so long, we wouldn't have water to mix the cement. So luckily we never filled the well in. Now they began working on the other half of the yard. Actually, to be honest, our yard isn't really that big. The unfinished house next to us belongs to my uncle. Naturally, part of the front yard space is his as well. For looks' sake, he said to pave his yard together with ours. Later he'll check the costs and pay us back. These workers really are professional. In just 3 hours, they spread cement over the whole yard. Here we have a tradition. When workers come to help, no matter how simple the food is, you must invite them for a meal at home. For lunch we cooked chicken and pork stew with pickled veggie tofu. No time to make many dishes, so we just made bigger portions instead. We wanted the workers to eat their fill, since this kind of labor burns a lot of energy. After lunch, the workers kept going right away. They started smoothing out the spread cement. Before it dried and got hard to handle, the three who spread the cement earlier finished their part and left after the meal. With professional tools, the job was fast. The whole yard floor was leveled quickly. Now the workers just waited for the cement to dry more. When footprints weren't sinking deep anymore, they started grinding. There was no sun in the morning. It only came out in the afternoon, so the cement dried slowly. If I wanted to go outside, I had to walk through my uncle's place. Haha. Once it dried a bit more, grinding could begin. It needed about 4 rounds of polishing to smooth out stones sticking up from inside the cement, near the walls where machines couldn't reach. They used shovels to smooth it by hand. This step of grinding was tough but doable. The two workers were very careful. They worked from noon until night, spending more than 5 hours. After 4 or 5 passes, the whole yard was finally smooth. Here's a look at the yard after cement paving. The result of the makeover. We secretly renovated the yard, from the very first idea to the final finish. It took a little over 1 week. I wonder when Mom comes back, seeing such a big change, what her reaction will be. In just a few days she'll return. I can't wait to see.